Welcome to topic E, where we're going to start talking about division concepts now. So just like with multiplication, we're going to start with whole numbers and work our way to decimals. And it starts with a real typical problem. We've got some kind of area, the area of a classroom floor, the area of a yard, and the difference this time is we're going to say give the kids the area, maybe 420 square feet, and we're going to tell them that one side is 10 feet wide. And the question we're going to ask them is, what's that side? And this is a problem that could be solved by multiplication by thinking 10 times what gets you 420 feet, but we also want kids to be able to use division to solve this kind of a problem. So, first of all, just like with multiplication, we're going to try to get them to estimate first and use what they know about multiplying by 10 and dividing by 10 on the place value chart. So we're going to take a problem like this and help them to do it mentally by decomposing the numbers. So we're going to take 420 and we're going to write it as 42 times 10. And we're going to take 10 and decompose it into 10 times 1. Like this. And then we're going to do what we know we can do in using the commutative property and turn numbers around so that it is 42 times 10 divided by 1 times 10. And think about it that way, because now what we're thinking about is 10 divided by 10, and those canceling each other out, because 10 divided by 10 is 1, leaving us with 42 divided by 1, which is 42, of course. Another way that we're going to help them think about this is to talk about it in terms of what it says. This says 42 tens divided by 1 10. And 42 apples divided by 1 apple would be 42. 42 tens divided by 1 10, 42. So we're going to try and show them a couple of different ways for them to think about how to do this mentally in their head. And hopefully we'll get them to the point where they can see that canceling out these zeros is not just a trick, but it means that we're dividing this one by 10 and dividing this one by 10, and that's equal if you do it to both sides. So here's another example. We have 1600 divided by 100. We can think of that as 16 hundreds divided by 100. And of course the hundreds cancel out, and 16 divided by 1 would just be 16. Or we could think about it like this. 16 times 10 times 10 divided by 1 times 10 times 10. And then these cancel out, and we've got 16 divided by 1 again. Two different ways to get them to think mentally about those kinds of problems. After kids get start to feel pretty fluent with dividing by big numbers like that, and dividing by multiples of 10, the next step will be to learn how to estimate using that knowledge. So taking a problem such as this, 149 divided by 71. And what we want them to see is this connection right here. We want them to find a basic fact. This is why it's so important that your kids know their multiplication facts cold. If they don't know them, they're not going to recognize that connection, and they really need to memorize them now. So 14 has a connection with 7, so we would round this to 140, even though it's closer to 150. But 15 doesn't have that connection to 7, so we're really looking for that. 140 divided by 70, because 14 and 7 have that connection, and again we can do that. 14 divided by 7, that will be a quick estimate. whatever this is, it's gonna be about 2. Here's one more example. 427 divided by 58. Again, we're going to look for some kind of connection. I see that I've got 42 right here, and I'm thinking, what are the factors that can make 42? And then, let's see, well, there's 6 times 7, and I know I got a 5 here, so I'm going to round this to 60, because 6 has a connection to that 42, which I'm going to make 420. Again, it's closer to 430, but that 42 is what I want, and I want that 6 because my facts help me to make a quick connection between those two. And then again, 42 divided by 6 would be approximately 7. 427 divided by 58 will be about 7. And that's going to help us out a lot when we really start to divide these and learn the standard algorithm, because we'll have a starting point with which to divide.